It was urgent that I warn him. If I didn't reach him in time, he would absolutely self destruct. I sent word 10 months in advance. He would need time. Time to plan an escape route. Time to manipulate his circumstances. Time to breathe new life into his soul. Time to undergo psychological adaptation. I remember writing to him. I've given it much thought, and for some odd reason, 15 is a very defining and challenging time for members of this family. Granny struggled with emptiness, isolation, and suicidal thoughts. Her profound sadness permanently ugly her perception of the world. Mama had already dropped out of school. As if on a predetermined course, Uncle Binky followed the path of his older sister. Our cousin began carrying her first child. Your brother decided gang violence and criminal activity brought him enough material gain to keep him from asking his grandmother for new shoes, and began down a path of crime that will reward him with 3 years of juvenile detention. As for me, I didn't know who I was, who I loved or hated, and I allowed darkness to become my best friend. Your 15th birthday is approaching, and you have to make a decision. I was not successful. If I had been successful, it would have been a miracle, and miracles do not exist for this family. Miracles cannot exist for families whose lives are rooted in destruction, rage, and complacency. Miracles cannot persist in environments where people are drowning themselves in spiritual chaos and do not emerge to breathe, but to engage in physical acts of hopelessness. Who needs to breathe when cocaine, teenage pregnancy, teachers who branded you inferior, and abusive father figures killed your dreams long ago? Generational trauma made you feel like you have nowhere to go but here. We inherited incarceration, drug addiction, abandonment, isolation, and dysfunction. Where can we go with these things? What good is breathing if we cannot truly be alive? Honestly, I believe I murdered him. Killed him with the unbearable weight of the pressure of an imagined existence that little boys who grow up like him never dream of. No, maybe that's a lie. I believe that in fact they do dream, but before they even have a chance to fully understand how the alphabet works, those fragile and premature dreams are heaved at an enormous brick wall reading, "All hope ends here." Hearts broken before the alphabet is understood are the hardest to mend. From there, one begins to feel that perhaps they should feel pride, for this life is theirs and God gave it to them, so there must be a purpose. Being told to snort cocaine at 5 years old, waking up alone in a hotel room with your baby sister, condoms decorating the floor, wondering where exactly your mother has gone. Watching your younger brother cry an infinity of tears each time your mother leaves, for he knows that he will not see her for months on end. Or maybe this time she won't come back, crack cocaine getting the best of her, possibly leaving her lifeless. God gave this to us, and we cannot yet understand the alphabet. He's still alive, but I haven't saved him yet, and I fear this is just the same as killing him. And worse than this fear is the realization that I cannot save him. Saving him is not up to me. I should have known that I would not save him. There have been times when I've seen their lives and their futures clearer than my own. Like years ago when I told him that one day he would look back on his life and shed tears. After he came home the first time, Granny made breakfast for us. Pancakes, bacon, scrambled eggs. He hardly touched his food. He just sat there, crying, allowing tears to fall. That letter was penned and delivered to him at John S. Wilder Youth Development Center 2 years ago. And apparently they do not partake in the actual development of youth, because tomorrow, for the third time, I will write another just like it, and it will be delivered to the very same place.